Yeah, we're going to get dark this week. Last week we got dark with Thorazine Shuffle. This week we're getting darker with the incomparable Led Zeppelin's Four Sticks. Yes, yet another song by Led Zepp. Can't get enough Zepp, right? So this is Four Sticks arranged for one guitar, one voice. Kevin's covers, that's what this channel is all about. I'm going to rate this difficult. It's not the most technically difficult song, but it is kind of weird. It has a weird timing to it. And so I'm going to call, and there's one or two passages that are kind of challenging. So we're going to call this challenging. Let's take a look at my arrangement of it. We'll take a look at the performance, then we'll come back and I'll show you how it's done.
Baby, it's crying time. Oh, baby, I gotta fly. Gotta try to find a way. Gotta try to get away from you. Oh, baby, the river's red. Oh, baby, in my head there's a funny feeling going on. I don't think I can hold out long. When the owls cry in the night, when the pines begin to cry, baby, 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 now how does it feel? When the rivers run dry, baby, how does it feel? Craze, baby, the rainbow's end. Oh, baby, it's just a dance. But those who hide their love to the depths of life, ruined dreams that we all knew, baby. When the owls cry in the night, when the pines begin to cry, baby, 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 now how does it feel? When the rivers run dry, baby, how does it feel? Boots of those who marched through time so long ago. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, that was my arrangement of Four Sticks. Let's take a look at it. First thing to note is the time signature. It's very, very strange. It kind of alternates between 5/8 and 6/8. Not 5/4, mind you, but 5/8. So how does that all look? First of all, let's take a look at exactly the notes that I'm playing here. I'm simply playing, I have that open E going all the time, right? Over the verse. And all we're doing is I'm playing the C sharp, D, E, and then all I'm doing is hitting these three these three strings, right? So we have this E, the D, the E, the D, and the G over here, right? And we're just doing that over and over, right? So this is the 5/8 part. If you really count, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, right? So all the vocals are over that, right? Until we get to this bit. And here, we're hitting this over here. So we have the sixth string 5th fret, so that A over here, right? And then we have in the 7th fret, the 5th and the 4th string, and we can have that open D as well. Kind of weird. Okay, and just slide it all down to. And it's nice to kind of hit that to make it, you know, that muffle bit over here before we come back to this. So let's take a look at all that slowly. Note that that bit is actually in 6/8, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1. Right? The verses are all over that, and then we're singing over that, right? Which can be a little bit difficult sometimes, particularly since in the 3rd verse, the phrasing all changes, right? But again, just take a look at the performance to see how that all goes. Then we have the bridge. Well, it's not really the bridge. Kind of think of it as a chorus, but anyway, twice what we're doing here. And this is such a Jimmy Page thing. All he's doing is he's hitting this in the beginning, this A over here. So the 5th string, 6th fret, and then we're hitting 4th string in the 7th fret. But strum the entire thing. We are muffling the 5th and the 4th strings, right? Because that would sound a little bit stranger. But we want to have the 1st and the 2nd strings ringing throughout the entire thing. And then we're just going to move this formation over, right? So if we think about this as being in the 5th fret, what we're doing is we're going down to the 3rd, back to the 5th, back to the 7th, and then up to the 9th. And then we're going 5, 7, 3, 2, and then we're hitting this A sus2. Okay, so. Doing that twice. Then back to the riff. Now for me, every time I come out of that, I play the riff a little bit more openly, muffle it less, hit some of the incidental strings on the bottom as well, which are kind of dissonant, but it doesn't matter because this entire song is dissonant. That's the main structure of the song. Then we have this little bridge over here. And this is difficult to do, just to kind of scrunch your fingers, right? And it also goes relatively quick. So what are we doing here? Let's take a look at it quickly, right? What is that? We're just playing this over here, okay? So this is kind of like, you can think of it as F major 7 shape, but up here in the 3rd fret, okay? And we're hitting all these strings over here, right? And we're going to come down 1 fret, but we're not going to keep this shape over here. We're going to play it like this, okay? So instead of having this F major 7 shape, we're actually playing an F sharp over here, okay, so 4th string, 4th fret, and we're playing this B over here, so 3rd string, 4th fret, and then the C sharp over here, 2nd string, 2nd fret, and that open E, right? And then we're coming down and playing again this A sus2 before we come back up, so sliding it up 2, then back down. And then we're sliding the entire thing up into the 7th fret. I don't even know what chord this is. It's weird, but it's a really Jimmy Page chord, and it sounds great, right? So again, we're going. Then we're coming up here and hitting this A major. This is an A major. I've explained this in a couple of my other videos, but it's a wonderful chord to know if you're playing open solo acoustic stuff, because it's a really nice A major, and you can hit five strings. So what is this? It's simply third string, 9th fret, second string, 10th fret, and fourth string, 11th fret. Okay? And furthermore, you can sweeten it up by coming up and hitting the octave on the E instead of leaving it open. And you don't even have to hit it right away, because since that's already an E, it's just fine. You can just add it, which is typically what I do here. And then we're going to come back and repeat that. Let's take a look at that slowly, right? Then back. And back into the riff. That's pretty much it. This song, I was so into Zeppelin when I was a teenager, and learning the guitar, and Jimmy Page was a hero of mine. And I'd also point out that this is just so indicative. This and Over the Hills and Far Away, which I did a few weeks ago. If you're thinking about arranging stuff, look at how he used space, how he could go back and forth between something that's ultra hard driving rock and still has a lot of space in it. Now for me, this particular song, I see this as a kind of descent into hell, a descent into psychosis. I remember seeing something by Robert Plant, and evidently that's not really what he had in mind, but for me it is, and particularly when you do it this way, if you're building up that intensity and making it louder and more desperate, when I perform this, I see it as just bringing people sucking them into this darkness, which of course doesn't necessarily go over all that well if you're playing like a nice little club or something. And I have to confess, I haven't played this all that often on stage, only in situations where I thought that it was right, that the people there were the kind of people who get into it, i.e., older people like me who are really into rock and roll, and particularly Zepp. And with them, it really goes over well. But even then, they kind of need a drink afterwards. So the barkeeper will like you if you're playing a club and you play this, and people are like, damn, I need a drink after this. But anyway, that is my version of 4 Sticks for solo acoustic. I hope you like it. If you did, then please do hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe as well, because I'm doing a video a week for a year. And make sure you don't miss them by also hitting the notification button. And in the meantime, rock on.